Hello, church. We are looking at 2 Samuel chapter 11 today for our daily Bible reading. Word of the day is spring. Now, this chapter is a sad description of David's fallings as a human being. That's a beauty of the Bible. As it's giving us history, it tells us the successes and the failures, when they do good and when people sin. And so David, though he's a king, he's a man after God's own heart, he still makes poor choices. And the starting point of his poor choices is found in verse 1. It says this: "In the spring of the year, the time when kings go out to battle, David sent Joab and his servants with him and all Israel, and they ravaged the Ammonites and besieged Rabbah, but David remained at Jerusalem." The key point that started David on the slippery path of sin is he didn't do what he was supposed to do. His neglect, his laziness, his dereliction of duty is the first part of a chain of sins that have some devastating consequences, not just for him, but for his kingdom. And so we need to be on guard in our lives and see, okay, what measures do we need to do to prevent ourselves from going down the slippery slope of falling into sin? And so be mindful of seasons of life, be mindful of different obligations or things you're supposed to be doing to keep you from falling into sin. And if you do just one sin, right, it would have been good enough if David realized he was being lazy and he just stopped at this one point and went and did his job as a king and was attacking his enemies, rather than keep going down this path of one sin leads to another sin leads to another sin. So if you catch yourself sinning, stop and repent, and it'll mitigate the unintended consequences of the sooner you stop that sin rather than chasing the rabbit trail of going down further and further sins. All right, church, be mindful of this and spring out of sin. All right, have a great day.